What is this? Did I hear that right? Pure love, fan circles invading a mortal's journey to immortality? Don't make me laugh. This video will make you quit the fandom that has suffered from national animation for too long. First battle through the heavens, then a will eternal. Step by step, these god-tier works were ruined beyond recognition. Now, with the explosive popularity of a record of a mortal's journey to immortality anime, fanboys and fangirls have come sniffing around, and under the guise of pure love, they want to mess with mortal's journey. Today, I will thoroughly discuss Han Lee's powerful harem group with all you elders. This ranking of 22 beauties will completely shatter the pure love dreams of these fan circles. First to appear, of course, is the main wife, Nan Gongwan. She and Han Lee met in the blood-red Forbidden Land, where a fated encounter led to an intimate moment. Although Han Lee was still an unknown, unremarkable chi condensation stage boy at this time, Nan Gongwan did not disdain him. Even during the chaos in Heavenly South, she risked her life to search for Han Lee. Therefore, Nan Gongwan's character design is very perfect. Kind and generous, gentle yet strong-willed, she is the most ideal life partner and is recognized by the original novel's fans as the best female lead. Number 2. The heaven-defying sword demon, Xiao Mining. Who can contend with her once she appears? She can even overshadow many other national animation female leads. But who would have thought she is just a minor supporting character? Her storyline in the original novel isn't extensive, and her emotional entanglement with Han Lee isn't deep, mainly because this girl is too timid. If only she had half the courage and spirit of Mu Peeling, she wouldn't have ended up as an unknown. After all, Han Lee still feels quite guilty about the incident. Considering they shared hardships in the Yiming land and advanced and retreated together, this beauty is ranked as a red-faced confidant. Number 3. The Luoyun sex tea-brewing immortal, Songyu. Songyu's sword demon is also a top-tier existence. She has practically dominated Douyin, TikTok, and her popularity even once surpassed mining. However, in the original novel, Songyu was just a fairy surnamed Song who didn't even have a name. Later, out of admiration, she became Han Lee's disciple, becoming Han Lee's #1 fangirl in Luoyun sect. Number 4 is also a great beauty from Luoyun sect, Mu Peeling. But Mu Peeling is different from Songyu. She initially only wanted to rely on Han Lee, but later truly fell in love with Han Limo. Even when advancing to Nascent Soul, the heart demon she encountered was Han Lee. However, Han Lee had no romantic feelings for her, only treating her as an ordinary disciple. But the anime's drastic changes to Mu Peeling's character design even laid groundwork in advance, arranging for Inu to explain the misunderstanding of 20 years of power leveling. So Mu Peeling should have a good ending. This ranking temporarily places her in one-sided love, mainly depending on how the anime team changes things later. Number 5. Han Lee's first love interest, the eternal regret in Mortal's Journey, Mo Tsai-hwan. Actually, in the original novel, the object of Han Lee's first stirrings of emotion should have been Mo Tsai-hwan's elder sister, Mo Fengwu. But in the anime, the 3 Mo sisters were merged into one, which is why Mo Tsai-hwan achieved unresolved regret. She once asked, "Brother Han, without a spiritual root, can he really not become an immortal cultivator?" So Mo Tsai-hwan's final ranking is unresolved regret. Who agrees? Who disagrees? Number 6. Luoyun sect's head steward, Liu. In the latest plot of a record of a mortal's journey to immortality anime, Liu will also soon appear. Han Lee, in order to obtain the 6-winged frost centipede, will take Liu as a disciple. Although Liu was initially resistant, with Han Lee's abundant pills and resources, she couldn't escape the law of true fragrance. Ultimately, she also transformed into Han Lee's fangirl, helping Han Lee manage Luoyun sect. Number 7. Wen Siyue, the #1 worker for the first merchant guild in the chaotic Star Seas. She is considered in Mortal's Journey a representative figure of low-level cultivators. Orphaned from a young age and suffering from a serious illness, her character is resilient and optimistic. She met Han Lee multiple times, receiving a lot of help from him, and finally successfully entered the core formation stage. She is Hanli's #1 fangirl in the chaotic star seas. Number 8. Filial piety comes first among all virtues. The greatly filial Gongsun Xing from the chaotic star seas. This young girl, only 15 or 16 years old, was willing to act as a human furnace cauldron to save her father. It was precisely because of this filial piety that she successfully passed Hanli's test and received from him a large number of pills and low-grade magical artifacts. Ironically, when Hanli later went to Luoyun's sect and became the Dog King, he didn't even have low-grade magical artifacts to use, which is truly laughable. So Gongsun Xing is ranked as a wise and discerning fangirl. Number 9. The first merchant guild in the chaotic star seas, the sect master of myriad sound sect, Xiling. Many people like to compare Xiling and Yuan Yao. Actually, both are very good, just their character designs are different. Yuan Yao is more loyal and righteous, possessing a chivalrous spirit, hence she is more likable. However, Xiling's personality is closer to Hanli's, a star on the path of cultivation, very resolute and unwilling to depend on others. Therefore, every time he ascended to a higher realm, Xiling was always the first to be mentioned. She is one of the female leads with the most screen time in the immortal realm arc. Number 10. Linshou Mountain Disciple, Han Yunji. She befriended Hanli before he rose to prominence and is a woman of deep affection and righteousness. To save her elder brother, she risked entering the depths of the blood-red forbidden land to gather herbs. Fortunately, with Hanli's help, she emerged unharmed. Later, during Hanli and Nan Gongwan's grand wedding, she was publicly recognized by Hanli as his sworn sister. I guess that Gai Zhongwu must be regretting it so much his guts are turning green. He probably won't dare to bully Sister Yunji again. Number 11. The Spirit Realm Arc's #1 pseudo-female lead, possessing both beauty and strength, the utterly demonic Baohua. When Baohua first appeared, she truly elevated her prestige to the maximum. Unfortunately, due to certain irresistible factors, Baohua did not become a female lead, but her popularity remains very high. Not only is she powerful, but she is also skilled in divination and strategy, making many of the Devil Realm's ministers and cultivators spin in circles. Finally, she fought alongside Hanli against the Spirit Realm's boss, Chongming, also showcasing her resilient, unyielding, heroic, and righteous side. However, there was no romantic entanglement between them, only mutual respect as confidants. Number 12. The immortal spirit physique of the Soul Realm, Yu Ming'an. When she first met Hanli, he was still a memory-lost fool. Yu Ming'an kindly sought help for Hanli's treatment, and the two formed a bond because of this. But as Hanli recovered his memories, Yu Ming'an's strength grew increasingly formidable, and she began to fall for Hanli. Even during the Immortal Realm arc, when Hanli fought Gu Huajin in the final battle, Yu Ming'an, despite being a mere golden immortal, still wanted to assist him but was ultimately stopped by her master. Although this might have been an overestimation of her own strength, it truly demonstrated the depth of her feelings. However, Hanli felt nothing for Yu Ming'an in return, which is why she ranks 13th on this list of unrequited loves. Jin Tong, loyal and righteous, followed Hanli through life and death. Originally Hanli's strongest spirit pet in the mortal and spirit realms, Jin Tong was unfortunately sealed due to being too overpowered. In the mid-stages of the Spirit Realm arc, it was directly forced to ascend. Later, it reunited with Hanli in the Radiant Immortal Realm, having by then transformed into a beautiful human form and holding a high position. However, upon seeing Hanli in grave danger, Jin Tong unhesitatingly abandoned everything to follow him. Jin Tong's relationship with Hanli is more akin to comrades and brothers, which is why she is ranked among the confidants. 14th place goes to Lin Yuling, the #1 fair, rich, and beautiful woman of the chaotic immortal sea. According to the original calculations of the twin sages of the New Palace, Hanli was meant to be kept in the New Palace and become Lin Yuling's dual cultivation partner. However, the cunning Hanli didn't play by the rules and ultimately missed his chance with her. Despite this, their relationship remained very good. When Hanli returned to the mortal realm from the spirit realm, Lin Yuling was the first person he sought out. Therefore, they are considered confidants. 15th place, Ice Phoenix, Lord of the Coastal Sea, possessing a gifted bloodline. Ice Phoenix truly shared a life-and-death bond with Hanli. The two of them mutually set up a treacherous restriction, joining forces to avoid ascending to the spirit realm, which led to a significant drop in their cultivation bases. Ice Phoenix, moreover, fell to the point of becoming a bird in a cage, a dragon among birds imprisoned and put up for auction. Fortunately, she was rescued by the grown Hanli and subsequently followed him to cultivate. Over time, feelings developed between them. Later, she even voluntarily offered her heavenly phoenix origin essence to help Hanli break through his body integration stage bottleneck. They started as adversaries but became companions through adversity, making her undoubtedly a confidant. 16th place, Qin Shaoqian, known as the Forget Worry Pills spokesperson, for she would fall in love with the same person no matter how many times she forgot. Strictly speaking, Senior Sister Qin was the first woman to have physical contact with Hanli. She was also the woman most deeply infatuated with him, to the point where she developed a resistance to the Forget Worry pill. However, her ending was tragic. After separating from Hanli, her intended partner defected to the demonic Dao. Qin Shaoqian never married anyone else, instead waiting bitterly for Hanli until her lifespan was exhausted. Therefore, Qin Shaoqian and Mo Caihuan are tied for unresolved regret. 17th place, Yuan Yao, known as the Hero in the Rain and Sichuan Chongqing Hot Girl. Yuan Yao's popularity is very high, both in the original novel and the animation. Despite being in a cultivation world, she exudes a chivalrous aura, even becoming a ghost cultivator without hesitation for her close friends. Perhaps as a reward for her good deeds, Yuan Yao's ending was very fortunate. Her ascension from the mortal realm to the spirit realm was described as taking an express elevator, and when she ascended from the spirit realm to the immortal realm, Hanli himself crossed time and space to personally escort her. Thus, although Yuan Yao may not have many storyline fans, she is currently the most popular female character in the donghua. 18th place, Jin Tong, the avatar of the devouring Dao ancestor and co-ruler of the Changxi race. Jin Tong was originally Hanli's spirit pet, a golden beetle that evolved step by step, eventually transforming into a beautiful human form in the immortal realm and accompanying Hanli through life and death. If the time spent in beetle form is included, Jin Tong is the one who has accompanied Hanli the longest. However, their relationship is more akin to comrades and brothers, which is why she is ranked among the confidants. 19th place, Lu Lur, the nine-tailed demonic fox. Her encounter with Hanli took place in the Linghuan realm, where her parents and relatives were tragically killed. Hanli accidentally rescued her while she was fleeing. Decades later, after recovering his memories, Hanli helped her successfully exact revenge. Finally, he sent Lu Lur back to the nine-tailed fox tribe in the savage Jade realm. Despite their shared history, they still refer to each other as siblings. 20th place, Meng Qianxian, the infatuated maidservant, a young maiden in her prime. She was Hanli's only maidservant in the immortal realm. At that time, Hanli was actively farming safely and developing stealthily. Lacking a little secretary like Mingyu by his side, he hired a few ordinary individuals to manage his cave dwelling, and Meng Qianxian was one of them. However, while young maidens in their prime are most susceptible to love, Hanli remained unaffected, solely focused on cultivation. When he eventually left, he merely provided them with some cultivation resources. Thus, Meng Qianxian represents another instance of unrequited love. 21st place, Xiao Danner, the human-demon hybrid. Hanli rescued this little girl from a beast tide after he ascended to the spirit realm. Her background was legendary. She was the result of a romance between a human and a demon, possessing the bloodline of the Black Phoenix demonic race. Although she was later taken away by her clansmen, Hanli left an indelible image of bravery and grandeur in her heart. As Xiao Danner grew up, she greatly admired Hanli, and her appearance even became strikingly similar to Nan Gongwan. However, Hanli consistently regarded her as a younger sister. 22nd place, Mingyu, the main female lead of the spirit realm arc. Among the various female leads, Mingyu undoubtedly accompanied Han Li the longest. From fighting side by side in the mortal realm arc to their long companionship in the spirit realm arc, Mingyu personally witnessed Han Li's step-by-step growth into the strongest grand completion human cultivator. In the animation, less than a tenth of Mingyu's storyline has been shown so far, and her character design has undergone some changes, transforming her from a sexy and alluring big sister type to a cute, youthful girl image. Many viewers feel this change was not good, but I believe it is harmless and actually adds a lot of fun. Furthermore, when they reach the Kunwa Mountain arc, Mingyu's split soul will merge, which will certainly lead to further adjustments and create a strong contrast. After all, she is the main female lead of the spirit realm. That concludes this installment of the ranking. If anything was missed, fellow Taoists are welcome to add to it. With this video, I'll see who will go against their conscience and look for pure love in a mortal's journey to immortality. Regarding fandom culture, the quality of a work is a matter of the production team's ability, but the quality of the environment is closely related to every one of us. I don't think there's anything wrong with pure love stories. After all, to each their own. However, if you encounter such an obvious harem story and still search for pure love, isn't that just your left brain fighting your right brain? Finally, I hope we can all work together to maintain a good environment for Chinese animation. Let's not allow a mortal's journey to immortality to become a second renegade immortal. If there are any inaccuracies in the above content, fellow Taoists are welcome to point them out and discuss them together. Remember to like, follow, and support.